Hello my lovelies and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is an exciting one. We're going to be doing another palette bingo as the title suggests. I haven't done one of these in a hot minute. I think it is an amazing way to use shades that you wouldn't normally use, be forced to create a look with a certain color scheme using, you know, maybe one matte, two matte, or all shimmers. It is just a perfect way to sort of get your creative juices flowing and try and create something a little bit different. Today we're going to be using the brand new Chi Chi Freedom Love, Create and Express Yourself 54 shade eyeshadow collection. This is a 54 shade palette, so it is beautiful. These are all the shades on the back here, and this is what the unicarton looks like. You can pick up Chi Chi at Target and Maya here in Australia. I am not 100% sure if they sell anywhere else, but they are an Australian company. I have seen a few videos floating around from people in the US that do have the ability to get their hands on Chi Chi products. I don't know if that is from local stores in their area or what, but I will do some research and try and link everywhere that you can purchase Chi Chi in the description box below. They are redoing their website because they have completely launched a bunch of new products and they're sort of rebranding. I have a couple other products here that I'll show you quickly, but once their new website launches, I will leave it in the description of this video, but as of today, it has not launched yet. So yes, let's get into what this palette looks like. I'll show you the other two new products I picked up and then we'll get into palette bingo. So this is just the unicarton cardboard packaging. The palette retails for $49 as I said. So Chi Chi is cruelty free as well. They're Australian owned and designed. They're made in the PRC, and yeah, basically this palette is just promoting having the freedom to express yourself with a bunch of bright colors and be free to create individual looks, express yourself with no stereotypical makeup rules, and have fun whilst looking fabulous. So it says the Freedom palette contains 54 velvety soft highly pigmented eyeshadows which are easily blended. They may be worn sheer or dramatic, wet or dry, and will power your creativity and self-expression. So I do really like that. So it does have a little rubber band. The cardboard is quite luxe, and it has a giant mirror, and on the mirror it says Freedom, Love, Create and Express Yourself, and this is what the palette looks like. So she is huge, and you do have a bunch of cool tone neutrals, sort of warm tone neutrals, mauve colors, purples, blues, and then your golds up here. So you do get a wide variety of colors, all of which don't go together, so hopefully the makeup gods are nice to us in randomly generating some numbers. So because this palette is so big, I really want to try and get a feel for the palette. So I feel like if I only use 5 shades, which is what I normally do, I won't get a feel for the palette. So I'm going to make it really, really tricky for myself. And I think I'm going to choose 10 shades. And I'm going to mark them with a texter on here so I know which ones I've got. And then I can find them in the palette because it's 54 shades and I'm going to lose track of what shades I'm using. Is 10 too much? I don't know. We'll start with 7. We'll start with 6, and then if I feel like I need more, I will increase it. So I do have a random number generator here on my laptop that I will randomly generate some numbers on. So I've got it set from 1 to 54. I'm not going to show you guys because I showed you in the first palette bingo and you will just have to trust me. So the first number is 48. So I'm just going to count to 48. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. Alright, so that is just this black shade here. The next is 45, so we're going to go back, so 48, 47, 46, 45, which is this pink color right there. Next is 37, so 45, 44, 43, 42, 41, 40, 39, 38, 37. It's this neutral shade here. Number 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It is this shimmery neutral color right there. Number 10, which is this color right here, which is also a shimmer. Number 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is also a shimmer. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so far I've got a black, 3 shimmers, a neutral matte color, and a pink. So, should we go to 10? Look, we're gonna make a challenge. I'm gonna have to use 10 eyeshadows on my eyes, and that's gonna be a challenge. So we're at 6. 33. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. So that is this purple shade just in the middle there. Alright, we're up to the last one, which is 15. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Alright, so these are all my shades marked here. I'm going to find them in the palette. We will swatch them, see what the color scheme looks like, and then we will get started and think about how we're going to put these on the eyes. So I know this is a long video already and I haven't even started putting on the eyeshadow, but that's just what the experience is with Palette Bingo. You have to go through all the motions to sort of get a feel for the palette and put it on your eyes. In the worst place possible. I'm an idiot. Okay, so this is the color scheme. Clearly I can't swatch in a straight line, but we've got neutral shimmers, and then, yeah, no idea what I'm gonna do at all. Zilch. But let's get into it. Let's see if we can create a look out of these colors. Alright, so first I'm gonna take this neutral shimmer right there. This is almost impractical to hold. And I'm just going to run that all over the lid, just so we get a nice even base of color. I did set my eyes quite some time ago with the Urban Decay Primer Potion, and whilst I've been talking it has had time to set completely, so I do like doing that because it just gives the primer time to set, and putting on this shade doesn't disturb anything. I don't like applying my shades with a tacky base. It's just not my style. Okay, so that is the first shade done. Now, we have 3 neutral shimmers. We have a purple matte, a cranberry matte, a neutral matte, and a coral matte. Alright, so I'm going to take this coral shade as a transition to start with. It's not very pigmented, but there is a bit of kick up in the palette. This shade here is speaking to me. I'm just going to swatch it because I want to know if it's an overspray or not. Oh, that is nice. That's beautiful. I don't know if it's an overspray. I can't tell. It's really glittery. Anyway, I'm going to continue to take that coral shade just as a transition, just like so. It's very subtle. And then I'm going to go in with this neutral shade here over the top of that as well, just as a second transition because I've got to use it, and then I will be back. Alright, so this is what the eyes look like with those two transitional shades through my crease. Now I'm going to dip into this cranberry shade very lightly, and I cannot hold this palette up any longer because it is really heavy. So I'm just going to dip into that cranberry shade, tap off the brush, and just start working that through my crease. That looks really nice, surprisingly. I do have a little bit of fallout, so I'm gonna find a brush and wipe that off. Alright, so this is what the eyes look like with that cranberry shade built up. I've been marking off the colors I've used. I'm gonna dip into the black now with a little bit of the cranberry shade and just mix it in the outer portion of my eye just to deepen up the crease a little bit. I'm just taking a little bit more of a precise blender brush, dipping into the cranberry shade and the black. And I'm just going to start working that in. So this is what the eyes look like with that black. Now this is a really cranberry look, and I'm about to add a bright like violet purple, and it's gonna throw it off a bit, but we've got to use it. So I'm dipping into the matte purple, and I'm just running that underneath the lower lash line. And I'm gonna go ahead and connect with the black to like really smoke it out and make it sultry and sexy and smoky. I do have quite a bit of fallout right here, but what can you do? So I'm just taking a flat top brush and sweating it, I don't know what I was trying to say then, spritzing it, setting it with some setting spray, and I'm just sort of pinching the bristles together and removing any excess water so it is this completely smooth brush, no bristles are poking out, and it is a little bit damp. Now I'm gonna pick up that purple shade on both sides of my brush, and I'm literally just going to press it on top of the concealer. Alright, so I just layered a tiny bit of one of the shimmer shades, the satin one, over the top of the purple to make it a little bit more pink to tone in with the cranberry. So I have 2 shades left, I believe, and that is this gold color and this gold color, which look like that. So this one I think I'm gonna highlight my inner corner with, and this one it's a bit dark, but I will highlight my brow bone with that. So I'm gonna take the more light gold and lick my brush. I only do this for my inner corner highlight because this is my favorite brush for that, and it's super fluffy, and if I try and wet it with setting spray it gets saturated. So just the tiniest bit of help. I know it's gross, I know it's ratchet, but it works. Okay, I really like that. Now I'm just gonna switch brushes and take that gold color. And highlight my brow bone. I really like this look. I'm gonna go ahead and put on mascara and a nude line in the waterline, and then I will be back. This was so much fun. I will definitely be happy to do this again if you guys want. I'm gonna mark off the shades that I used. No, wrong pen. I need a big marker for this. So these are all the shades that I used, but I can do this again and just not use any shades that I've already used, because there are 54 colors in this palette. So that's what we're gonna do. We'll do a second part to this video if you guys want to see, and I can use some of the remaining shades because there are a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and put on some mascara, and I will find a lip color to pair this with, and then I'll come back and swatch some of the shades in the palette just so you guys can get a feel for it and if you think it's worth it. But so far the formula is beautiful and so blendable and pigmented. So here you go, here is the finished look. I picked a few random colors to swatch for you guys. The pigmentation is amazing in this palette, and I think it is definitely worth the money. It's $49 and you are literally getting 54 shades. You're paying less than $1 a shade if you take it into consideration the packaging, and you know, it's literally amazing value, and it's not too repetitive. You know, it's not a million shades of the same color. You have your neutrals down here, but you have shimmers and mattes. They're not too similar, and then you have your more pinky mauve tones up here, which again are not too similar, and then in the middle you have your warm tones, your more cool tones, pops of color, and your really intense gold and pops of shimmer over here. This palette is amazing value and I love it. I love the look that I created. It is definitely much more purpley, smoky and cool tone that I normally go for. The highlight palette is beautiful as well. If you want to see me do another palette bingo with this palette, then do let me know. Like I said, you can pick this up at Maya and Target. And if you want to see me do just a normal video on this palette here, coming up with a look using these bright colors, then do let me know as well. But these shades are beautiful. These two are glitter shades, and then there's two mattes there and the rest are shimmer. The shimmer shades do need a little bit of help with wetting your brush, but I do that anyway. I usually use a concealer or primer to cut my lid or apply it on the center of my lid if I'm gonna do a halo eye. I always put concealer down before shimmer because I feel like it lasts longer throughout the day. I never ever go straight in with shimmer, so for me, does not phase me. I usually put primer down. I usually use setting spray or just wetting my brush. So, you know, these do have good lasting power. Doing a wipe test, they are not coming off. So I managed to get blue all the way over there. This is a beautiful palette. I just want to really commend Chi Chi for taking the initiative and just having the guts to completely reformulate everything and come out with new products that are, you know, new and improved versions of old products that people loved that weren't perfect, and then just completely come in guns blazing. These little palettes here, the old versions were the long ones that had 2 rows. A lot of people had issues with the formula, and those were $29, I believe. or $25, and these are only $29, and they are just a lot more shades, a lot more like just beautiful in the packaging wise. This is a drugstore brand. They are more expensive than most, but this is luxe makeup. The packaging is heavy. You get beautiful mirrors. The packaging is just stunning, and I cannot say enough nice things. These are my own opinions, and I'm not being, you know, sponsored or anything from Chi Chi. They do not know that I exist, but I just have so much respect for a company that can acknowledge that there might be some things lacking in their brand and just come in guns blazing and just give us some beautiful palettes. So I really do like this one. I do recommend it over the Aphrodite palette, I believe it was, because that was like a lot of the same shades, whereas this one I think is the most diverse shade range that they have in this big palette. So if you do want to get the big palette, there are warm tones mostly in the Aphrodite palette, which you have up here. You've got the purples and the cranberries to mix if you want that sort of sunset vibe. You've got the blues if you want a pop of color, or if you just want neutrals, you've got that down the bottom. So if you're a beginner in makeup, a makeup lover, whatever your stage of makeup is, I think this is an amazing palette because it's like a one-stop shop of a palette. You can travel with this. It is ginormous, but you do get everything that you could possibly want in here. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see me do more palette bingos, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next video.